the thing that's been really exciting over the past sort of 5 or 8 years, depending on how you count it, is this kind of push from organizations themselves and the senior management saying to software companies, look, give us technology that's going to make people better. Don't design technology that's been made for the convenience of the software engineer. Make it so it's about my people and how we make them better. And so you've seen the rise of tools like BetterWorks and others that are really about the experience and the kind of intuitiveness of the tool, where, really when somebody logs on, if you have to train them for days to use it, then that's not going to be the right tool. These days, these tools are so intuitive, there isn't much training required. And that's when you know you've won, that people can go into it and almost immediately know how to use it and use it within their job. And then I think now layering on top of that at the moment is what everybody's talking about right now, which is generative AI. And, what's the opportunity there? Well, a lot of these tools are starting to build some of that in there so that the manager and the employee can do things like create job specs for potentially recruiting somebody in and give it to the AI to write it. And the great news about that is it does it really well. Secondly, it tends to strip out some of those human biases, right? And make these kind of, job specs, just as an example, more attractive to different types of people. You improve the amount of diverse people who would be interested in that job. So that's just one application. But I think also we're starting to see tools that are in the performance management space. They're going to start to write the objectives for the year for your team. They're going to start to write those performance reviews, those types of things that will come in, and the manager will be able to put his or her view into the AI, and it will write this and then save a lot of time for the manager and the employee. If you think about it, where it's back to the future at the moment, we're back at 2001 now again, whereas it was the same thing as the internet started to be brought inside work and started to be commercialized for customers to use. It was the same thing. You saw different cultures adopt it at different speeds, and those that adopt it the quickest in terms of, created awareness and then skills and capabilities and then implemented it. In the US, that was a fantastic period of productivity uplift, right? Because America just saw and intuitively said, right, this is going to be the future. But different cultures are different. I think AI is going to have the same kind of maturity. It's going to be, some people are going to race ahead with it. Some cultures are going to be more careful about it, depending on regulation and other sorts of things. But as I've traveled around the world in the past year, I think generally people see the opportunity and they're trying to figure it out. It's kind of at the same time, we're also trying to figure out how to do home and flexible working, right? These things are kind of all coming together. But the good news is that when we get it right, in each culture, in each region, which will be different, the amount of productivity and capability that's going to be built is probably something greater than we've ever seen in human history. To be greater than what we saw when the internet sort of was commercialized and brought inside organizations around 1999, 2000. And the uplift and people in creating capability, higher quality work, speed of work is huge if we can get that right. But my next book is really focusing on this question, which is create that awareness, create the confidence, the capability, the skills. And then I think we're in a good space to see it roll out probably more evenly across the world over the next few years. But it's a fascinating time. There's no doubt about it.